Hello, I'm Toycat and welcome back to another Minecraft update news video. Today I have some very special update news to share with you all because the Minecon Live Biome vote is happening this Saturday, and if you don't know what that means, basically every single Minecon that's been in the live or Earth format has tried to do some form of community participation where we can decide at least some of the features in the next major update. The first year we decided on the Phantom, wrongly I'd like to say. The second year we decided on the Tiger Biome, wrongly I'd like to say. And this year we're going to be deciding which biome we'd like to be seeing updated out of the Mesa, out of the mountains, and out of the swamp. And I've waited until today so we can actually see what features are in all three biomes, and then we'll be talking about all of the features that are coming, because fun fact, all of the features we're talking about in today's video will make it to Minecraft eventually, at least that's what they say, but there is going to be one biome that wins. So today I want to let you know about all three choices, kind of inform you, then I want to let you know about my opinion, and then we're going to go through what it actually looks like based on the data, because you better believe we've been doing some opinion polling, because why wouldn't you do that sort of thing? Anyway, with that said, let's dive straight into this video, like if you like it, but let's dive straight into the first of the three biomes that might be receiving an update this week, because it is the Mesa or Badlands biome.
The biome vote is coming up at Minecon Live on September 28th. Let's learn more about the biomes. Whoa, that tumbleweed almost hit me.
Well, they don't call it the Badlands because of their good manners.
Ooh, this new cactus is fancy. Ouch!
What's that spooky vulture doing?
Vultures are drawn to loot left behind by unlucky explorers.
Not the loot!
Don't forget to watch Minecon Live and vote on September 28th.
So yeah, that was a pretty cutesy little presentation. I'm sure you enjoyed it. A few people come away from it going like, so what exactly are they updating? That was vaguely confusing, but long story short, they're going to be adding a brand new cactus to the Mesa. They're going to be adding a, vulture which can come and swoop things off, and they're going to be adding tumbleweeds. No, that's not a joke. That's really what they said they're going to be adding. Literally, tumbleweeds are one of the three features you'll be voting for if you vote for the Badlands biome. So, yeah, I do have to say immediately right off the bat, like, new cactus does sound potentially cool. I mean, these cactuses look like they don't just go up, they go sideways too, so maybe that's kind of exciting. But the vulture is inherently negative, the tumbleweed is inherently close to nothingness, and the cactus would have to have some seriously good benefits to justify being the one feature you're voting for. So already I go in a little bit skeptical, but who knows, maybe the swamp is just as bad. I mean, I feel like not, because it's going to bring Shrek, right?
The biome vote is coming up at Minecon Live on September 28th. Let's learn more about the biomes. Is that a boat?
Yes, this boat has a chest built in for all the cool things you find at sea. And look, it's our new friend, the frog. Ew! Actually, we're not that close.
Here's a mangrove, a tree that thrives in the swamp.
We should get out of here. That frog is looking at me funny.
Oh yeah, speaking of fun, watch Minecon Live and vote on September 28th.
So if you vote for the swamp, you get the boat chest, you get frogs, and then you also get mangrove trees, which, again, it hasn't been clarified whether they would be, kind of extension of existing ones to give them tendrils that go into the oceans, or the swamp rivers, I should say. That is something that is possible, but right now we don't know for sure. Right now we just know new tree mangrove, which is similar to the existing one, but different in some key ways, maybe even including a brand new type of wood. Again, it's not been clarified in any way. The frogs, their behavior seem mostly docile. And the chest boats, again, it's something that Minecraft has been kind of, it's been suggested for a really long time. Even if you go back and you look at my video ideas video, it's been on that list for a while. But basically, chests and boats is something a lot of people wanted for a long time. And I feel like they've done the community dirty by deciding to put boat chests inside the swamp. Because here's the thing about boat chests, right? One, I don't think they're a particularly useful feature, but they are a highly requested feature. So in a way, they can kind of force people to vote for swamp because it has a really popular feature that has nothing to do with swamps, because the boat with the chest in is going to be most useful out in the ocean. It's going to be most useful on a river which eventually connects to an ocean. You know what doesn't connect to an ocean? Usually the swamp. The swamp is just going to be a really bland place. And I don't see why they're tying this in together. I know it has the most water of the three biomes, but like, come on. I mean, like, if you're going to add random, features that don't connect to the biome, then do it for the other ones too, at least. So yeah, swamp is clearly the one that is intended to be voted on by Mojang, and you can tell based on people's reactions. It didn't have Shrek in, but it had the next best thing. So what does the mountain biome have going for it? And this is perhaps the weirdest of the three.
The biome vote is coming up at Minecon Live on September 28th. Let's learn more about the biomes.
Oh, mountains, snow.
Watch your step. The snow is snowier than before.
A goat. He reminds me of you a little bit.
Mountains are getting an upgrade. Jagged cliffs, snow-capped peaks, dramatic views.
The goat is getting away.
Let's go! Vote for your favorite biome during Minecon Live on September 28th.
So yeah, you could be forgiven for mistaking that as like, wait, so this is the goat update only? So yeah, goats are the only thing they directly mention, which is cute as heck, by the way. Like, of the 3 mobs, definitely the cutest one. But the other two things that we'll mention there is that they're going to be adding snowiest snow, which again, hard to understand. I would say is basically a worthless feature. What does that even mean? It could mean anything. It could mean some great things. It could mean some poor things. But then also they're going to be adding a brand new update to the biome as a whole with jagged cliffs and snow-capped peaks, etc. So yeah, as far as like what are they doing the most to as far as one biome is concerned, it has to be mountains because they're actually updating the entire biome. As far as what is the best package of stuff, I might be inclined to say the swamp. And as far as the obvious choice that no one should go for, I think it's the badlands, right? What if we had tumbleweeds? What if we had things that made the biome more painful? What if we had a bird that could come in and scoop up your dead stuff to make it impossible to get, you know, like, who is after any of that stuff? I think like the Mesa's almost like the, you know what, we have to have free choices. That's kind of our thing. So I guess we'll make up a set of really questionable things that no one's actually going to want to vote for. So yeah, I feel like Mesa immediately out. Swamp is probably the better rounded option, and I would say mountain is the better option if you want a actual biome update. You know, the tiger update, did foxes really change tiger biomes for you? Did berries really change tiger biomes for you? Did campfires change tiger biomes for you? I'd be willing to bet they didn't, whereas this is actually an update to the biome itself. However, the reason that I'm not going to immediately advocate directly for mountains is because, you know, and the vote for it, is because I will say, if you are on Bedrock, remember that the height limit for mountains is 128. That's something to do with, you know, like they want performance on all devices to be great, even including mobile ones, and as a result, mountains are not mountains on Bedrock. That will no doubt continue to be the case after this, you know, is true, in the same way, you know, saturated savannas look terrible on Bedrock as well. So I'm assuming that if you're on Java, you get an amazing mountain update. If you're on Bedrock, you get another kind of pretend it's technically the same features, but also they're squashed, which in the case of a mountain, squashing a mountain makes it less of a mountain. It makes it a hill, doesn't it? Do you know the phrase, making a mountain out of a molehill? Well, this is them making molehills out of mountains. You know, this issue that I'm making a giant mountain out of that could otherwise be a molehill is because they are taking mountains and turning them out of molehills. And honestly, molehills aren't that exciting, whether you add jagged edges and snowy peaks, etc. So yeah, as far as Bedrock is concerned, you gotta remember this last set of features. It's basically snowy snow or mountain goats, which to me, honestly, still is in contention with the other ones. I almost by principle want to say, no, I'm not voting for the boat option, just because you add a feature that we all kind of wanted anyway, and that should be in the game regardless of our votes, doesn't mean I'm going to vote for your swamps, because frogs, yeah, you know, I love in Minecraft, I love the useless mobs. What I always say to myself when they add parrots and when they add, you know, like, for instance, when they added the polar bear, I was like, yeah, I love that I'm going to experience these features precisely once and never again. And truthfully, I think of the 3 of them, the one I'd interact with the most might be the vulture, in negative ways. The mountain goat, though, at least, like, you can make a little mountain goat civilization, and you can, you know, maybe use, like, mountain goats you can see some real use for. I don't see any real use for the frog coming. Like, even the fox, which is a cute mob from the tiger, like, I mean, how much does that come to pass? Actually, you know, the fox isn't even in the game for Bedrock yet, so, like, my point here is that useless mobs are not what you should be voting based on. You should be voting based on the other things, maybe. And, yeah, mountain biome is definitely the clear choice on Java in that case. And if you want chest boats real bad and you think, oh, this is the only way, then obviously swamp should be your choice. However, here's the thing, right? To kind of finalize out, my choice is, like, very slightly leaning to mountain over swamp and very clearly not on Mesa. What I will say, though, is it's not just down to my opinion and your opinion that you're inevitably yelling, like, no, Toy Cat, you're wrong about this and that. I love vultures because Minecraft needs to be harder, specifically in the Mesa biome, one of the rarer biomes that is, you know, not really one you're going to die in very often. We need to make that one harder in very specific ways. But yeah, in case that is your opinion, then how about we move into the third part of this, which is what does the community think? What are people actually going to vote for? Because, you know, as always with any vote, realistically, there are kind of opinions, and those opinions shift over time based on major events, but now the last of the major events have happened. This is kind of it, right? So it's going to come down to how people voting at Minecon Earth, and I've done some test polls. Obviously, my audience isn't the entire audience, but I have 15,000 people vote on this in the first 2 hours, in fact, where I said all 3 biome trailers have come out. I'll be talking about my thoughts in the video, but which would you vote for? As you can see, just 3% voted for the Mesa biome, 15% voted for the Mountain biome, and 19% voted for the Swamp. You might say, wait a minute, Toycat, those percentages don't add up nearly to 100, and obviously because Cave Update comes in here with 62%. Bit.ly/Cave Update, by the way, you still can vote for that, even not at Minecon Earth, whereas the other, the other things you got to be able to have a Twitter account for or whatever. No, you can vote for, you can vote for your Cave Update at bit.ly/Cave Update. No Twitter account needed, just an Xbox Live account, I think, that's over 18. But still, go vote for the Cave Update, because that's clearly the message we're getting from this, right? Like, all 3 biomes, they've got things going for them, but you know what clearly has gone for it the most? Cave Update. But no, seriously, looking at that, this is the common theme. Swamp and Mountain were always neck and neck between which one was going to be updated. I think Swamp came out with a stronger set of features, Mountain has a stronger set of fans, it seems, and it's going to come down to what happens when Mesa is eliminated. There is no way, unless they change one of the features, or unless, like, they rig the voting themselves, there is no way Mesa even gets off the ground. Remember, at Minecon Live, there's a tiny percentage of the community who does vote. It was something like 2,000 votes that won it for the, like, total, not, marginal. 2,000 votes at all won it for the Phantom that one year. So keep in mind that so few people vote on Twitter. Obviously, we could see something crazy happen where Mountain comes ahead, or we could just see Swamp demolish Mountain because all Mesa voters go over there. We don't know for sure, but what we do know right now is, yeah, I shouldn't do such silly polls. I should actually keep Cave Update off the list. But what we also know is that we're most likely going to be getting the Swamp update. Right now, as it stands, odds are on getting a mangrove update, getting a frogs update, and getting a chest boat update. But then you might say, it's a shame to tell us about these other features and say they're not coming. I want to see new mountains. Here's the official line. I'm just going to say it directly. Every single community manager, every single person at Mojang, they'll say at the event, will say that, like, oh yeah, so the other features will come to the game eventually. The other we're not going to throw away the other features, which is what they did, by the way, for the Phantoms competitor mobs. All 3 of those other mobs are never coming to the game, by the way. But here's the thing about this year's vote, is they're going to say, oh yeah, the other 2 set of biomes will come to the game eventually. But when is eventually? And the answer to that question is a very long time from now, realistically meaning never. Because the real reason is that they said they'd actually actively throw away the features, and people thought, why don't you just add all 4 eventually? And they started saying that, but that doesn't mean that anyone there is excited to work on the desert vote from last year, or excited to work on the, the savannah vote from last year. And based on that, I mean, adding just more biomes to that list of features that will come eventually, to me it sounds like realistically you are voting for features to come now, or to come at some point in the far future that will eventually be cancelled. And yeah, I would say the one exception to that is chest boats, because if chest boats don't come, if the swamp doesn't come, then people will ask for chest boats and eventually they will come. Whereas the other features, they're not popular enough to request by themselves. No one wants snowy as snow. No one wants, I don't know, like new cactus varieties. Actually, I would like new cactus varieties, but they're not very popular features by themselves. It's kind of like if, they'd said Mesa, oh, we're going to have vultures, tumbleweed, and also a cave update. It would have won like 95% to the other ones because, yeah, the features are important and the features aren't very good this year. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not wildly excited for many of these features besides those of the mountain, but, and also the chest boat. But I'd love to hear your opinions down below. Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with my disagreeing of people's opinions? And let me know, do you think democracy's bad? If you do, make sure to go over to my Twitter account, at IBXToycat. I'll be running a poll over there as to whether democracy is bad. You can vote yes, you can vote no, and we can see using democracy whether democracy really is good or bad. And yeah, that's a real thing I totally will be doing a few minutes after this video goes live. I hope you all enjoyed whatever it was that you just watched. If you did all enjoy it, you can, I don't know, feed me clicks and likes, and you can share it if you really liked it. You can subscribe around here, and you can turn on notifications if you want to see videos like this one every single day on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching. I will be streaming Minecon Live on Saturday. I am still wildly sick right now. That's why I couldn't record a video yesterday. That's why you got what was that, like 13 minutes of Toy Cat silence. I actually enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty good. I don't think people agreed with me, but yeah, don't worry. Things will be coming back soon. I should be streaming tomorrow and maybe even later tonight. I don't know. I'm like in the stage of sick where at least I can talk. And you know, honestly, for a YouTuber, that's all you need to be, right? Like, who cares what I'm on the inside, as long as I can be a gamer girl on the outside. That's what I've learned from the internet. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.